I'm just making a YouTube video, kind of winging it, talking about how I like to play goalie. I know in Echo Arena, some of the more popular ways to be goalie is block goalie or frame goalie, both of which have their limitations. Block goalie, you can reach pockets a little bit easier, depending on how tall you are. But if you're holding onto the block, whichever hand you're holding onto the block with, that side of your body is going to be hard to reach because you have to cross your arms, which limits your response time. With frame goalie, you can also get a decent reach on the goal. The only problem there is if they know how to aim, like let's say you're down low and they can aim, all they gotta do is shoot really high and you're not gonna be able to save it. Maybe if you get lucky, you can launch yourself off with frame and save it, but I personally don't like it from a reaction time standpoint. I've gotten a little bit of help from Ashh for working on my two-hand goalie. Generally what I like to do is when I get in goal, I'll use the goalie block, place it on the edge of my boundary, and then I'm usually good to go. Some of the problems that can cause is you won't be able to see my personal disc, but my body's basically in the zone where the point will count. So if I get a save, I have to flick it out. I can't wind up. I can't take my hand back too far, otherwise I'll drag the disc into goal. Some of the other problems is if someone gets in your range of your body, generally like when I'm in goal playing two-hand, I'm always holding down my grab buttons. So if someone goes through me, I'm going to grab them and they're going to drag me out, and then I'm going to be in trouble. It is nice playing two-hand though, because it makes it easier to like shield. You don't have to let go of the block. You don't have to waste time letting go of the block or trying to grab the block to orient yourself to get a save if that's the way you're used to playing. Plus, I know with some goalies, when they have somebody on them in goal and they're playing block goalie, they like to kind of bounce around and try to avoid getting stunned. Not to say that's ineffective, but I feel it's less effective than shielding, because if I'm shielding, I can still hold down my grab buttons and I can drop that shield and try to save a disc and hope I can time it where the person that's trying to stun me can't hit me, but at the same time I can save the disc and get rid of it real quick. Some of the disadvantages of being two-hand goalie is a little bit more difficult to rush. Generally, if someone's coming towards me and I want to rush them, I end up having to use my boosters, which will generally give me the same speed as if I'm trying to throw myself off a block. But there is that slight lag where it takes to initiate your boosters. Also, this might just be a personal thing since I'm still kind of working on my two-hand goalie skills, but I find that bounce shots are a little bit harder to save when I'm playing two-hand goalie versus block, because when I was block goalie, if I knew where the disc was going, I could just launch myself back and attack it. Versus where I'm playing two-hand goalie, I kind of have to maneuver myself. I have to give myself that speed using my boosters. So that ends up creating a delay where I'm going for the disc. I know where it's going, but I may have mispredicted where it's going to go. I know with the better goalies, the higher tiers, generally they just kind of reach back and save it. But that's still something I haven't quite mastered yet. Overall, I would say playing two-hand goalie is definitely worth it. It'd be a stretch to say that it doubled my save rate, but it really increased my save rate, where I would say on average, maybe I was saving around 12 to 14%, versus now on a good day, I can save probably like 15 to 22% of the shots. Some of that also does, of course, depend on the support you get from your team. If your team has good bubble defense, that definitely helps improve your save rate as a goalie. The more pressure the striker's on that's trying to shoot on you, the better, because then they're more likely to make mistakes, at least with the lower tiers. Obviously, a lot of this stuff probably doesn't apply to master tier stuff, as I've found out in a unfortunate match I recently had against the Austin Burners with my team. But hopefully some of my thoughts and tips on two-hand goalie come in handy. It's definitely great when you have both your hands free to save wherever you think the disc is coming from. But yeah, feel free, any comments, opinions, whatever, more welcome to share them. Be civil. Or at least if you're gonna be toxic, be toxic in a fun way. But yeah, thanks for watching.